All right, lesson 3. It's time to finish your first project in our class. All right, you'll need your sketch. Well, you only need your sketchbook. This is just after coloring 20 different things, you can kind of see what it looks like, and it's this weird looking 3-dimensional stained glass coolness. Anywho, once you have finished all your sketchbook work, so done your gradation and your value, did your little practice, it's time to take this and grab your project. All right. So obviously there is no up or down on this guy. You can just choose to pick wherever you want it to be. I think for me, I like it this way. I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, like your sketchbook. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, sketchbook. Dramatic effect. If you remember, we practice doing this. We practice this for a reason because we're gonna work on our project. We're gonna do the same exact thing. You'll notice, on your project you got these cool black thick lines. You use a thick marker, then thin lines when you use a thin marker. Now, in order to clean this up, we need to do one thing, and that one thing is I got to erase all the pencil marks. See, the thing is, if you hadn't used a marker, all those pencil marks would just disappear. We don't want that. Well, this is awkward. All right, here we go. So your kit should have, some erasers in it. I think I gave you guys the pink ones. Either the pink ones or white ones. I don't know what I gave you. It's been too long. But I'm just going to go ahead, just real quickly, just erase some of the pencil lines. Clean this bad boy up. All right. Now, just like the other lessons, you'll need colored pencils. Finish this one off. Again, the colored pencils that were in your supply box that came with your computer, not in the art supplies. If that makes any sense. So I'm going to do the same exact thing, except for now I'm going to do it to my project. Just like we did with the sketchbook, I'm going to imagine that this area, these big open areas, are my negative space. So I'm not going to draw them in. I can do the trick I did last time, where I can kind of use my colored pencil here to kind of just imagine a boundary and then do my gradation in this big old space. It's weird how this purple is very purple in real life, but on this video it's very blue. Nope, not helpful. All right. So you get the idea. So the kind of the part that people find more tedious and struggle with in this project is that they don't like to do the little shapes. Totally get it. Some people, that's just not how their attention works. I totally get it. But think of this as more of like some people get to like doing the coloring books or the mandalas. This is more of like a way for you to practice and build kind of resiliency for focus and thinking about how you're applying your art tools. So just like on the sketchbook lesson you just did, you're just going to go in, make those gradations. You could be like me. What I like to do is when I grab one colored pencil, I like to then just kind of go around and then just start adding it in different places so I can be lazy and not have to put it down. If you're more of a person who has to work deliberately and use the orange and then do some blue and then do some pink, I totally get it. If that's how you want to work, that's how you want to work. But for me, I like to just grab a color and go. So for this one, I will attach the rubric. But what's important to think about is that I'm going to be kind of grading on how much you got completed. Am I asking you to color every single little shape in this picture? No, you'd go crazy. We're already crazy enough as it is. So what I want you to think about is, what would 80% of the shapes look like? So white, in this case, could be one of the colors, but you're not going to use white for everything. So try to fill out about 80% of the boxes. Well, let's go easier. Let's say 70%. 70% of the boxes. I'll change mine now. So yeah, I'll let you go. I probably won't post a finished version of this until Thursday, just because I want you to be able to work on your own without seeing an example first, because typically if we see an example, we tend to copy it. So this will be our first project. It is also important that you follow directions from lesson 3 last week to get to this point, right? So if you haven't gone over your lines with marker, you're going to do that before you start this project. If you didn't do it on a separate white piece of paper, you're going to make sure you got to do it on a separate white piece of paper. Those are the 2 mistakes I think I saw the most. If yours aren't overlapping like this, that is something important I want to talk to you about. If they're not overlapping like this, like you may have a shape here and a shape here. So let's recreate that real quick for you. So let's say you've got, that, and you drew a person, right? And they're not overlapping. Here is how you can fix that. Now, granted, I've already seen what you did last week, so don't be trying to cheat. So if you did follow directions, but you didn't overlap things, here's the easy fix. Take your hand. Hand. Now I have overlapping lines. Does it look as good as it would? No. But will it help you get this done? Yes. So that's my problem solver for you guys that didn't really overlap things. Other than that, make sure 2 hands, 2 faces, overlapped. You've outlined some lines with thick marker, some lines with thin marker, and that's it. An A is about 70% of the shapes. And I bet you can guess B, 60%, C, 50%,